Okay, Mr. Shea, can you hear me, sir?
I can, Your Honor. Thank you for your tolerance.
Great, sure, no problem. Thank you. All right, so we're here on Mr. Hayes' case here in Palm Beach County, case number 19 CF 8739A. Ms. McRoberts is here on behalf of the assistant, or as an assistant state attorney. Mr. Weiss and Mr. Ryan are here for the OCC CRC, representing Mr. Hayes. We're here on a status check. I'd note for the record that the state has filed their notice for 3.1 pursuant to 3.181 for seeking the death penalty. So what's the status on this case?
As we speak right now, I believe Mr. Hayes is up in Volusia County.
That's correct.
And speaking just now with Mr. Weiss, it was my understanding that there's a motion hearing set in Volusia, I thought in July, but I might be mistaken about that. We were going to pick another status check after that motion hearing, but I thought they were scheduling.
All right, so Mr. Urbanek or Mr. Shea, can you kind of clue me in on what's going to happen in July?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Shea. Or would you like me to go?
Go ahead, Mr. Urbanek.
The state filed, I think it was back in the fall, a Williams rule notice, and we had that set for a 2-day hearing on July 14th and July 15th, all-day hearings before Judge Zambrano.
All right.
Your Honor, we were responding to that with a motion to preclude. We've been, of course, it's a very detailed motion, just like the state says, and wanted to bring ourselves up to date on the latest law. We'll have that filed by next week, and we'll be prepared to go forward with that hearing.
All right.
In the meantime, we have additional discovery and witnesses that we had to take in a certain sequence because of the age of the case. And we're doing that. We have those depositions set up. I think my next one is with Detective.
We meet the cast of David Makes Man. Plus, how.
Thank you, Steph.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and thank you, Mr. Shea.
I didn't hear the end of Mr. Shea's.
Okay, Mr. Shea. Deposition scheduled of whom?
Detective Dinardi, Your Honor.
Detective Dinardi?
Yes, sir. He's the lead detective, the current lead detective that has brought the entire case together now. We've already taken the depositions of the primary material witnesses, the state's detectives who were involved back in 2005 and 2006 in these cases.
Right. I know from, anything else? Mr. Ryan? Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay, fine. All right. I know from my review of the file that the murders with which Mr. Hayes has been charged up in Volusia County occurred well before the murder with which he's charged down here. Is the state seeking the death penalty, Mr. Urbanek, in your cases up there?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Very well. All right, so unless there's an objection from either the defense or the state here, it probably makes sense, given the fact that the cases up there are older than this, and that the state is seeking the death penalty up there as well. It probably may make sense for us to kind of stay back and allow that case to proceed. But I'll hear argument if either side opposes.
No, that's fine, Your Honor, but I thought that today might be some sort of scheduling conference. Like Mr. Shea and I spoke, along with Ms. Martinez with our office as well. And about a month and a half ago, we did not anticipate that Mr. Hayes was actually going to be moved quickly as he was. We talked about doing joint discovery, like for instance, if a critical witness being affected. And I thought that we would schedule perhaps a joint
Judge, I hate to interrupt. I apologize. I'm not getting what he's saying.
Mr. Ryan, you got to get a lot closer to that microphone. Just like pretend you're a front man for a band, okay? It's way up tight.
All right, sure. So I had thought today may have been an opportunity to have sort of a joint scheduling conference. Mr. Shea and I had spoken about a month and a half ago. We thought that Mr. Hayes was going to remain here for some time longer. I didn't think from that conversation, the Williams Rule hearing was going to be scheduled as quickly as it seems to have been, because I thought in terms of judicial economy or interagency economy, that the prosecuting offices in Volusia and in Palm Beach would want the lead detective to be deposed perhaps jointly. Hearing from Mr. Shea at this hearing this morning, that's already been scheduled. So, you know, again, to answer your Honor's immediate question, it makes sense for the Volusia County cases to proceed first in terms of like a trial posture, but I did think that perhaps we all thought that we would be doing some joint discovery together.
Well, I don't mind getting into that or allowing this venue for that discussion if you all want to talk about that in terms of the scheduling. And are you perhaps not available to go up there to Volusia at that time? I mean, you've got some notice, so it seems to me you might be able to get up there for that deposition.
Speaking of joint scheduling conference, we had a joint family conference regarding summer vacation last night. So let me double check.
Okay.
Deciding upon.
I will be contacting counsel to, again, share our discovery. We have voluminous materials at this time, about 6 cartons. So I guess the best issue either would be for me to travel down there or for counsel to come up here and go through our discovery file with us and see what he needs. But most of our discovery file really is copies of their discovery file and in West Palm Beach, and what we've accumulated up here specifically to these 3 murders. The issue is I will be relying on his testimony as to some of the dissimilarities in the murders up here and the murder down there, obviously in the defense of the Williams Rule.
Got it.
I think July 14th and 15th is fine in terms of us being able to observe the Williams Rule hearing, but in terms of if Mr. Shea, I didn't hear a date.
Yeah, so Mr. Shea, the date for the deposition of the lead detective in Volusia County is what?
June 10th, Your Honor.
June 10. So that's next Thursday.
Yes, sir. And also Meredith McCaskill, who was the final DNA expert.
Okay, and is that also June 10 or is that enough different date?
Both, we're going to do them all 8 hours a day.
Okay, all right. So
that is available. So,
okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
All right. By the way, can either of you verify, either Mr. Romanek or Mr. Shea, verify whether Mr. Hayes is that Mr. Hayes in Judge Zambrano's courtroom?
Yeah, this is Judge Zambrano. That Mr. Hayes has been present throughout the entire hearing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Is there anything else? We'll set a, how far after July 14 and 15 do you want to get back together here? You tell me, July 20, July 21, further out, July 27?
It's going to be up to the judge.
All right, very well. So then that would be August, let's say August 17, okay? And we'll set it for 10 o'clock again so I can finish my docket. Hopefully by then I'll have a trial going. Who knows? All right, so August 17, actually we will call it, no, you know what? Let's make it August 16 at 10 o'clock. That way I can start a trial up in August 16 at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
At 10 o'clock. All right. Anything else here in Palm Beach County, Circuit 15? All right. Anything anybody wants to say or ask from 7th Circuit?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Judge Gillen, hold on. Judge
Yes,
Gillen,
sir. Yes, sir.
this
Yes,
is Judge Zambrano.
yes, sir.
For logistical purposes, I would like to keep Mr. Hayes here unless it is absolutely necessary to transport him back down to Palm Beach. Is that okay with you? So maybe we can have the lawyers coordinate when it's necessary for him to be transported? Because I hate
I don't think that there's any,
to cancel my hearing.
I don't think that there's any objection to that, Your Honor. I believe that, we all down here in the 15th Circuit in Palm Beach County have kind of come to the conclusion that it makes sense for your trial or trials to proceed first, and therefore it makes sense for Mr. Hayes to remain up there in Volusia County, at least until those trials are completed. So there's no reason to bounce him back and forth between Volusia County and Palm Beach County.
Thank you. And then I'd just like to ask Mr. Hayes if he has any questions for us. Mr. Hayes has no questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Gillen, for allowing us to participate in your hearing.
Of course. Thank you very much. Everyone stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.